Hi guys, welcome to Nutrition Bites, the bite-sized videos which help break down the nutrition fundamentals to help you get results. And last time I spoke about one of the main macronutrients, which was protein, and today I'm going to talk about fat. And often kind of deemed a bit of a boogeyman or kind of responsible for a lot of weight gain, and we know really that's not the case, because remember, if energy balance is right, okay, if you're in a deficit, depending on kind of what macronutrient making you do have, you're still going to lose weight. But you also know now that kind of your macronutrients are important to get those results. So why do you need fat? Why is it important? Well, firstly, it's kind of great for energy, especially kind of your long-term energy, and for stores. It's also there for kind of insulation, protection, hormone regulation. So basically it's essential, okay? We do need it in our diet, so looking for a kind of a zero fat diet is just not going to help you mainly from kind of a health perspective. And remember, kind of if you're healthier, you function better, you lose weight, you get in better shape. So how much do you actually need? Well, a fantastic guideline to get you started is simply 1 gram per kilo of body weight. So for example, if I'm 95 kilos, I just need about 95. Obviously you can have some kind of discrepancy with this, so you might go a little bit over or a little bit under, but this is a good kind of healthy guideline, which is a great kind of starting point. I think the minimum kind of amount that you can really have is about 0.6 grams per kilo, but you really don't want to go any lower than that without kind of affecting your health, which is obviously something you don't want to do. So what are actually good sources? Well, there's 3 different types of fat. You've got kind of your unsaturated fat split into polyunsaturated and monounsaturated, and also your saturated fat. And it often thought that kind of your saturated fat were your bad guys, okay, you shouldn't really have these, so things like your butter, fattier cuts of meat and things like that. But we're now starting to see that it doesn't make a massive difference providing you stay within that kind of limit. So as long as you're in your 1 gram per kilo of body weight, the makeup of these kind of 3 fats isn't going to make a huge difference. However, it does just seem prudent just to opt for more of your unsaturated fats, because a lot of the research just to show like a positive correlation between health and a lot of kind of your health markers as well, with having a higher lot of say omega-3s, so things like oily fish, avocados, nuts, seeds, canola oil and things like that, rather than kind of having loads of bacon, okay? And there's one other one which you need to think about, and that's trans fats, okay? And your trans fats are the kind of your fats basically that are indigestible, okay? It's when kind of a company manufactures it from a liquid to a solid, and just because this, our body just doesn't want to use it, it doesn't want to digest it, and it can't use it. And this is the reason why you really want to try and avoid these wherever possible. However, there is some kind of natural trans fats, okay? Something like CLA found in dairy or found in cheese and milk, and these actually can be quite good. So a bit of a confusing one, but I think it's pretty obvious, again, going back to the basics of nutrition, just kind of you do what you think is best. So opt for things like, say, your olive oils, avocados, nuts, seeds, and things like that, and you'll be absolutely fine with a little bit of dairy and fatty cuts of meat too. There's one other thing I want to mention about fat, is that you still have to be a little bit sensible or prudent with how much you have. You see, the thing is, with fat, you have 9 calories per gram compared to 4 calories per gram of protein and carbohydrates. This makes it very easy to overeat. So even though some of these fats are very healthy, like avocado, olive oils and nut butters, it's very easy to overconsume. And remember, we know about energy balance. If you eat too much, you're going to get fat. You're going to put weight on, okay? So when you are choosing your fats, be careful. Use portion control, okay? Try not to eat too much. So remember, you've got that kind of 1 gram per kilo of the body weight, get an even split, but kind of lean towards more your unsaturated fats, and you'll be absolutely fine. Any other questions, make sure you let me know. And remember, if you haven't already, check out urbanenergy.com and download your free Nutrition 101 guide, which gives you the basics of all this what I'm talking about. See you next time. Stay healthy.